The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. Scott Earhart here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Do want to thank you all very, very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. This is a unique series that we are completing today with our third webinar in the series, going through the IAMS Sales Resource Library that is available to you at no charge at IAMSinc.com. To go through the Sales Resource Library in expert detail, we have Miss Meredith Copeland with us from Financial Services Online. Meredith, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for your time, Meredith. I know you are an incredibly busy young woman, so we do appreciate you taking some time for our group today. Before I do hand it over to Meredith, I'm going to go through a couple of housekeeping items and just a few introductory slides, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of today's presentation. Before I say anything else, I'm going to tell you the most important thing you're going to hear out of my mouth today, and that's actually in the top right-hand corner of your screen, our phone number. That is 800-255-5055. If there is anything that we can be doing here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services to help you in the life, annuity, or wealth management arenas, please do not hesitate to give us a call. We'd absolutely love the opportunity to be assisting you. Second housekeeping item is I will launch, I believe, 2 polling questions throughout the presentation today. So if you have, or if you would take the time to please click yes or no in those polling questions, we do certainly appreciate everyone's participation there. And then final housekeeping item, and pretty important one here, questions. Meredith is going to give you a ton of information and a ton of insights, and she loves to make it as interactive as possible. So there is a questions box on your screen. Feel free to type in any questions that you may have. We'll do the best we can to get those answered while we are live and in session. And if we can't get it answered in this session, we will certainly follow up with you, make sure we get you the answers you need. That being said, let's go into a couple of introductory slides, and I want to start with our business builders. We'll start on top with the referred producer program. When you refer an advisor over to us and they pick up a license through Insurance Agency Marketing Services, we're going to give you a $50 check just as a thank you. Now, where the real money comes in is as your referred producer writes business for you, or not for you, but writes business on their contracts through IAMS, we will give you a 20 basis point override on their business. That being said, we do cut these checks quarterly. And I know Steve Murray and Charles Hiring, our ownership team, sign checks for thousands and thousands of dollars every quarter. So it can be very, very lucrative for you. So if there is an advisor out there that you think we might be able to assist or could utilize the IAMS services, please email me their information, Scott at IAMSinc.com. Type it into the questions box, or when I call to follow up with you, let me know who they are, and I'll do the best I can, or someone on my team will, to get them recruited over here to us at IAMS and get you on your way to earning some referred producer dollars. Next program I do want to discuss is the marketing reimbursement program. Rough numbers on that are for every $100,000 in premium you place with IAMS, we're going to put $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. We consider this account yours to utilize as you see fit for your business purposes. So we're not going to cap how much you can earn. We're not going to tell you have to roll it out every so often. It is absolutely your money to use. A great way for us to show you how we want to partner with you in growing your business. That being said, if you'd like more details on marketing reimbursement or need to know what's in your account, anything like that, just shoot me an email, give me a call, let me know. We can certainly get that information for you. Moving on to the new producer builders. If this is your first introduction to us here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services, or if you are new to us here at IAMS, you are going to be eligible for our new producer builder program. As you can see, there are 3 levels that you can qualify at, and this is based on production within your first 180 days of being licensed through IAMS. And at each level, you've got some great options, cash rewards, business building tools, personal perks, all available to you there. If you'd like to know where you stand, or you want to have a conversation about what we can do to help you get up to the next level that you're looking to achieve, let me know. Certainly want want to help you get where you want to be. Back office support, this is the heart of who we are here at IAMS, and that subheadline there on your screen, helping you work smarter, not harder. That's really what we're all about here, and we're going to do that with business building tools and resources. You're going to see some of that today in the sales resource library. Case design assistance and life and annuity quotes, those are my babies. That's what my team does. We're here to help you walk through a case design and get you the proper illustrations for life, annuity, even doing some wealth management evaluations as well. We can do all that for you, and we are going to give you a 24-hour guarantee that we're going to get that information in your inbox within 1 day. Forms at your fingertips, imsinc.com or 800-255-5055. We can get you all of the forms that you could need to write any type of business you want to be writing. Submission to commission support, Amber Williams and our entire new business team, I would stack them up against anybody in the industry. We've got the best new business team out there. We're going to scrub your apps for you. We're going to help you submit those apps, either upload it, overnight it, however you want to do it. We're going to help you with that. We're going to track those apps for you through the issuance process and make sure you get commissioned as quickly as possible. Here's what I'd tell you. If you are using a different service, different upline, or going direct to carriers with your business, give us one piece of business. Let us show you what Amber and her team will do and how much faster you will get commissioned with their support. Great service there. Top sales expertise and coaching. We do have a number of sales coaches from throughout the industry or throughout the country. You'll hear me talk about them a bit here in another slide, but know that we've got expertise and coaching available to all of our advisors to really help you grow your practice, really fine tune and hone your skills. And then paperless contracting. Chris Mount, our licensing director, does such a great job with this. We all know the pains of filling out licensing agreements. We can get rid of that for you. Fill out one agreement. About 90% of our carriers are available on the Efficient Platforms or the Efficient Forms platform. And all you have to do once you've filled out that one document is click a button and we can add a new carrier for you. So save you a ton of time there. That being said, if we can be doing anything to help you work smarter, not harder, don't hesitate to give us a call. We do have an in-house creative team here. Tasia Peterson and her entire team are here to help you with your branding and with your marketing, and they do such a great job. We've got turnkey solutions. We've got stock stuff that all we've got to do is just reformat it for you, and you can get it out very, very easily. Agency solutions and helping you build a brand. If you don't have a consistent logo or a consistent brand for your practice, give Tasia or someone on our creative team a call here in the office. They'd love to help you start that brand. And it's really a cornerstone of any business is to have a consistent and recognizable brand. We can certainly help you with that. And then digital solutions. Got a lot of stuff to really help you increase your online presence and traffic with a website, marketing solutions, email content and consulting, online newsletters that are available, and then social media consulting. If you want to ramp it up on Facebook, LinkedIn, anything like that, we can help you there as well. Tasia and her entire team are here in office, so if you'd like to talk about some creative solutions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Our website, won't spend much time on this slide because we're going to get into one of my favorite things on our website here pretty quickly, but just know imsinc.com. If you haven't created an account there, really, really easy to create an account, and you'll have full access to everything you're going to see today by creating that account. Retirement Analyzer, we are, no matter what happens out there in Washington, our industry is headed to a heightened regulatory environment. We're moving in that direction. Everybody knows that. And Retirement Analyzer is a great tool to help you in a heightened regulatory environment, because it's going to take an analysis of your client's current financial position and how long their money will last. And then by implementing the recommendations you're making to the client, show them how much longer their money will last, how much better position they're in for their retirement years because they chose to do business with you. And it's really, really a sales tool as well, because it's very easy for clients to understand, very easy for clients to read. And with the simple click of a button, you can show them how how much better they will be in the future because they're doing business with you. Marcus Solar on our annuity desk is our point man for the Retirement Analyzer. We do have a 90-day free trial out there that's available. If you'd like to see what RA is all about, give Marcus a call. He can get you set up with the trial, show you some trainings we've done on it, and get it in your hands. IAMS Wealth Management. As I talk about IAMS Wealth Management, I want to launch our first poll of the day, and it's a simple yes or no question asking you if you'd like more information about IAMS Wealth. If you click yes, you're going to receive one of our excuse me, automated emails with some information, as well as a follow-up call from Mike Hansen, our onboarding specialist with IAMS Wealth Management. We opened IAMS WM about a year ago, and we've had a lot of success with it, and we're really excited about the future that it holds. But we opened it because we wanted to help our existing advisors take that next step in their practice and add assets under management into it. So in order to help the advisor that's accustomed to doing business with us as an IMO transition into the wealth management side, we've created partnerships with a great training resource to help you ensure you pass that Series 65 exam. We've also created a very user-friendly and easy to understand platform for both you and your clients so that they can see exactly how their money's moving and where it's moving. We've got great custodian partners, a lot of brand names out there to really make your clientele feel comfortable that they are working with the big boys in the industry. And then we created a really, really advantageous fee structure. So you're going to be incredibly competitive with anybody else out there. You're going to get some nice residual income, and your clients are going to pay a very, very reasonable fee. That being said, while we did design it to help our insurance advisors transition into assets under management platform, one thing that we have seen is that design has attracted a lot of existing advisors. So if you are currently an IAR, I'd tell you to click yes. Get a call from Mike Hansen. Let him go through our platform with you, show you how strong it is, and then go through the fee structure as well and everything you get for that fee structure with the great technology partners, the easy access, and the service you've become accustomed to within the IAMS family. That being said, I am going to close down this poll and move on. So if you haven't taken the time to click yes or no, if you would please do so, certainly appreciate everyone's participation. All right, and I don't like to do this, but I'm doing it in this introduction. I'm going to launch two polls right back to back here, but the reason I'm doing it is because this one is really, really important. Asking you if you'd like more information about our Life and Annuity Academy. And the reason it is important is because our next Life and Annuity Academy is coming up in late May, and we are currently taking applications for it. With our Life and Annuity Academies, what happens is we are going to fly you in on a Wednesday. You're going to have an evening session Wednesday with us, a full day session Thursday, a morning session Friday, and then we're going to get you out right around lunchtime, hopefully right onto a plane and home in time for dinner. What we do in our Life and Annuity Academies is you will meet our internal staff. You'll see presentations from myself on the annuity end. You'll see Mark Raymakers, our life director, go through some great things that we're doing on the life side with single premium life, with ULs, with whole lives, a lot of neat and really, really relevant information there. You'll meet Amber Williams, the head of our new business team. She'll talk with you about our systems and our processes to help you make your business run smoother. You'll meet Charles R. Hiring, the head of IAMS Wealth, to talk about everything that they bring to the table. Of course, you'll meet Steve Murray and Charles Hiring, our ownership team, and they'll chat with you about the IAMS culture, and they really want to get to know you. That's one unique thing about the feel and the experience you'll have at IAMS is you will meet the decision makers here, and they want to understand you and your practice, make sure that we're tailoring your experience here at IAMS so that you get the most out of it. What I think is the most important thing that we will bring to the table in this academy is we're going to bring in at least 4 of our sales coaches from throughout the country. Now, our sales coaches are top producers as well. In order to be a sales coach at IAMS, you not only have to be able to talk the talk, but you must walk the walk. These individuals are the upper 1% of commission earners in the industry, and they're going to show you exactly what it is they do in their daily practice that makes them so successful, and give you the ability to take that home and implement it in your practice. So that being said, don't want to beat on this drum too long here. If you haven't taken the time to click yes or no, if you would please do so. Again, last week in May is our Life and Annuity Academy, and we are taking applications now. So if it is of interest to you, please click yes. We'll get you out some further details. All right. Thank you, everyone. So we didn't get this updated, but Ritz-Carlton down in Florida, really, really excited about the 2019 IAMS Marketing Summit. By the time you watch the next webinar, we will have this slide updated with dates and location information. Really, really excited. Our invitation period did start January 1 and will extend through the end of June of next year. So a lot of time to get involved in this. If you'd like to have a conversation about what we can be doing to help you get involved in the Marketing Summit, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We'd love to chat with you about that. And that being said, that brings me to the end of my prepared remarks, and I'm going to give Meredith control here.
Okay. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Well, good morning. Thank you again for having me for a third time. For those of you who don't know me, I'm going to pull up my contact information. I am the Marketing and Sales Director for Financial Services Online. We offer the Sales Resource Library to you guys there at IAMS. And so if you have any questions, if you need some help with some content, maybe you have some content feedback or suggestions wanting us to add some, give me an email. Shoot me over an email. Shoot it over to Scott. He can get it to me as well. Just let me know. I am here to help you guys grow your business. We've talked the last 2 times I've been on the call. We've talked about client acquisition. We've talked about how to grow once you have those clients in your office and you're doing that sales presentation and what sales tools you can use. And then we're going to talk about retention today. And so what always happens, and it happens to me all the time as well, I get off a webinar and I realize I never thought of the question while we were in there. So if you've got questions during the webinar, great, type them into the chat box. We'll answer them if we can. If they come to you later, here is my email address. Please feel free to email me with any of those questions. So I'll first start with where you guys can find us within IAMS. So you can find us right here under the support tab. Once you log into IAMS, we're the Sales Resource Library, and then that will pull up our main menu right here. On the main menu, you're going to be able to see all the tools. It's all categorized at the top level of their category. So really, if it's a fact finder, you're going to be able to find them all under fact finders. Concept pages, same thing. Some of the things are found in multiple places. So we try to make that easy for you. If you have any questions about where to find anything, just let me know. So we've talked about, in the last 2 weeks, we've talked about priority planning with your customers or with your clients and fact finders. We've talked about financial snapshots ever so briefly, financial workbooks, client presentations, concept pages, and life guides we have talked about on a little bit more on the acquisition side. So retention, when I think about retention and I think about us keeping our customers, the tools are really the same. They're used in a little bit different capacity. So I like to think about retention. There's a million things I can't control. Maybe it's some lifestyles is making my clients shop and maybe possibly wanting to move. Maybe it is some cultural differences right? That can all be things that we can't control. Whatever the reason being, at the end of the day, insurance and financial services is really a sticky business. And the more products and services we have with that client in our office, the stickier the business becomes. So let's talk about retention in the way of how we use these tools to keep them. I like to think about how do we continue that relationship, right? You've had them come in your office, you're doing the sales presentation, you are hopefully using the fact finders and priority planning to figure out, do they have kids? What age are their kids, right? Are we talking about a young adult here that's got a young family, or are we talking about closer to retirement age adults where their families may be grown and maybe they're adding generations? So what does that look like? That information you find within those planning concepts is not only going to give you the financial information you need to find those gaps and needs in their financial coverage, but it's also going to allow you to stay close to tell them what they need and when. Most of our fact finders and priority planners are going to have a spot where you can fill out the age of your kids and their birthday. So birthday can sometimes be a little bit scary to keep that information on, right? Because you just don't know how secure some of that information can be. But as long as you have a month and a day, you can send them out a happy birthday or anything. And I'm trying to find, I thought I had it pulled up. I did not. So let's pull up one of these questionnaires and I can show you on the priority planning where it has this fillable stuff. So our PDFs are always fillable. You can go in, you can just click here and then start typing in, right? So I would pull it up within your PDF reader. It's a lot more user-friendly when you do that. So when you've got this priority planning, they've filled it out, you're going to have the date of birth of both their client and their spouse, and the same with their children. So wherever you're keeping this, you want to keep it in a spot to where as you go through in each month, think about what happens around a birthday, what happens around the age of that child, right? The more they get into school age, it's never too early to start thinking about how are you going to save and budget for college? What does that college education look like for your family? Are they wanting to pay for their full ride of their child, or are they wanting to just help out? You can also look at life insurance, right? So as they're starting to get closer to driving age, or maybe as the parents are starting to get a little bit older, there's never a perfect time to buy life insurance. I'm always one of those, the younger the better. But in society, they typically think, I've got forever and a day to live, so I'm not that close to death. I don't need to think about life insurance now. You can start helping them think about them needing that ahead of the game if you have this information filled out the first time you come in. So important to fill this out the first time to come in. It's also important to be doing these priority planning and fact finders year over year. It's only 12 months, but in 365 days, a lot can change with one of your clients. So these priority planners, if you're keeping record of them, are really going to help you, again, go back to telling them what they need and when is the timely message for that. When you're thinking about what they need and their timely message, let's get back to the main menu here. You may also think about how are you going to have them self-discover that they need a lot of this, right? So we've talked about in the growth piece and in the acquisition, if you can help your client self-discover their financial need, the majority of the sales job and closing the business has been done for you once they've figured that out. So concept pages is great. They are great resources for you to help with education. You can talk about what life insurance means, what the financial security means. We'll talk about retirement needs today. If you go in, you can see what are the sources of retirement, right? What are the odds of living past a certain age for a male or female? and your life expectancy after retirement, right? If it's somebody living and they're going to retire at age 65, maybe the conversation of why they're retiring at age 65 is important, right? Some people want to because they have the ability to. Some people can be forced to because of their health. So you want to talk about that. You can do that with your priority planning if you're doing that year over year. The other thing that you may want to talk about, if we go back to the kids' ideas, is the education needs and what those methods can be, what the savings methods can be, what your education tax credits are year over year. So you can see that the tax credits are already there for 2018, and it's in a nice, easy to read format for your clients so that they can see, what does this really look like if I were paying for education of my child today or maybe next year, right? So if it's somebody graduating today, they're going to be making these tax credits when they file in April of 19, obviously. The other thing that I like to use when trying to help them self-discover, get back here to the main menu here, is life guides. So part of staying close and doing these year-over-year reviews with your client allows you to see what things have changed, right? Maybe that allows you to become that resource we talked about last week, that professional that they turn to when they need it. And so when things happen, the unexpected happens, moving day comes, life guides are great resources to send to them as, one, just a value added. Two, it's going to help them self-discover any gaps that they have as well. And it's going to help you have that conversation as to why some of these things are important. So we'll just pull up moving day. It's starting to get close to summer. We see a lot of teachers and educational professionals move around the summertime. So the moving day really is just a quick checklist, right? It doesn't really have much to do with what financially you guys can help them with, but it is a quick checklist of what they're going to be going through. So perfect example of value added without them feeling like they're being sold or having to come in and have a complete full-on hour and a half conversation with you. So great resource there with life guides as well. You can see, we'll go back here to the menu. There are multiple different life guides you can look at. Marriage and money can be used. I've talked about this one quite a bit. It can be used anywhere from the very beginning, you just got engaged yesterday, to you're planning to propose and you haven't a clue where to start, or maybe they've got a daughter and you're talking to dad about how expensive this wedding's fixing to be and really what to think about. Within that marriage and money, it's got anything from a budget to talking about what it really means to combine your finances. So it's a great tool that can be in your face if you're reading it a little bit, but it's very gentle and it talks to them a little bit more about it. It's more than just the presentation and the dress. Same thing, money doesn't grow on trees is really teaching kids about money. I like to use that with my teachers. So if you get a teacher coming into your office, an educational professional, maybe they're on the administration side, superintendent, principal, anybody within that school realm and industry, money doesn't grow on trees is a great resource for them to use with their kids in the classroom. It's a great resource for you, maybe during a professional day to go in and do that. And as you are building that relationship with that client you could be helping out, you are exposing yourself to more clients to be able to continue not only to cross-sell, but grow your business. So you can do this really with all of the life guides as you get in. It's just a little bit warmer way to do so. If we go back to the main menu here, concept pages, I think we talked a little bit about these before, and I talked about retirement needs just prior to this. But another thing that I want to talk about is the tax digest. So our 2018 tax digest was a little funny. At the end of 2017, the government threw some last-minute changes to those tax laws, And we were able to get you guys a tax digest before the law went out, and then immediately within the week that the law went out, we had a new one that was updated for you. So you get in there. These tax digests are usually released around the fourth quarter of the prior year. And so you can get a year ahead of the game as people are thinking about taxes and really, how can you help them plan their tax year? So that can be found under concept pages. It can also be found under tax information here. Another thing that I like to think about when I think about retention is client presentations. These client presentations are PDF format. So they're really built around you having it in your office one-on-one, but I like to take it to the next level. Go through this, put together a slideshow for you. Put together something where you can do a seminar for those clients that are in your office. It could be a open house one evening. You could be offering coffee and donuts in the morning. You could be doing something like refreshments and cookies and punch, or an afternoon tea in the evening, to show them really what's coming up, what's changing, what is a variable annuity versus an index. What is an annuity? You're going to have a lot of clients that ask you that too. So another way to really just continue to educate, position yourself as the professional, and continue to add value to them without always them paying you a fee. They're going to end up paying that fee when they come in and they make those changes and they do those tax planning and the financial planning and life insurance. But this is a way to really protect your professionalism and your resource to them. So I clicked on understanding annuities as an example. This is really just pretty much what the client presentation looks like. You can see that it's over 14 pages long. So it can be a little long if you're going to do a slide presentation. I would just recommend going through and picking out the pieces that are important to you that you're wanting to cover at that time. But it really goes into pretty much detail for education for your client. A few of the other things that are going to be just a little bit more minor, a little bit easier, is if you guys are using social media at all, you're going to always need more content, right? I manage our social media, and it doesn't matter how many times I scour the internet for news presentations or news articles. It doesn't matter how many pieces of content I come through. I just sometimes will always hit a brick wall in a little bit of my writing creativity. So use these concept pages, use these life guides on your social media page. You can also use, it's pretty simple. We call it mental vitamins. I kind of laugh every time I see it, but it is just an online resource for you to make it easier to find a little bit more motivational messages from some of the top motivational speakers out there. You can search by topic or by author. So we'll just click on topic, for example, and you can see that really anything in here you can pick out, put it on your social media, send it out on your email. Maybe you add it to some of your birthday notes or anything that you send out. It's just an extra piece for you to make it a little bit easier to find just different ways to make an impact for your client. I know I flew through that really quickly. I sure hope we've got some questions. Scott, did we have any questions come through?
I think you explained it too well, or went through it too well. At this point, we don't have any questions, so if there are any questions, anybody has anything they'd like to see more detail on, please type them in. Meredith would love to answer them for you. And Meredith, I will, for the sake of time, I will leave you in control here, just in case any questions do pop in. But I am going to start the sign off. So that being said, I do want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to join us today. I know that 40 minutes with us here on a webcast is 40 minutes where you're not out actively prospecting and selling. So that being said, We do appreciate everybody taking the time to join us. And if there are any questions or anything we can be doing to help, please let us know. Meredith, any words for the group before we do sign off?
I would just like to add, I know that Scott and I, when we got together, we were thinking high level, how can we help you guys use this resource and utilize it, put it into implementation in your office. We immediately went to the acquisition, the growth, and retention strategies. But if there is another way that you would like for us to use these tools to show you how to implement them in your office, give us some ideas. I do not mind joining you guys again and helping you guys work through our vast library of content that we have for you guys. So I have enjoyed the last 3 weeks. I appreciate you guys asking me to come on. I hope this helped, and I look forward to any questions you guys may have.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, Meredith. We do greatly appreciate it. I'm sure we will be doing a series like this again in the future here. So keep your eyes peeled, everyone. Go out, have a great sales day, and thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Scott. Y'all have a great week.